Well, it has been one of the more uplifting news stories of the week. A group of hikers in the Kosciuszko National Park found Hadi Nazari, a Melbourne man, lost and wandering on the main range in bushland for 13 days. One of those hikers was Josh Dart, and Josh joins me live now. Josh, it's great to see you. Look, you were hiking on the main range and you heard someone yelling out near Blue Lake. Is that right?
That's right, Kenny. Yeah, it was a pretty crazy moment. We'd just been in the Blue Lake, and then we were just hiking up the main range trail or summit trail to the next sort of peak. And about halfway up, we had this beautiful view to our right. So we stopped. I was with my mate James. He was first out there. He got out to a rock right on the edge. We were looking at the view. We started thinking, oh, we'll take a nice picture. But then we could hear like someone shouting out for help, you know, and then we look down and we just see this little dot of a person kind of halfway down this hill, and we're like shouting out like, are you injured, are you okay? And eventually, and we can hear them saying, you know, I need help. And so we started sort of climbing our way down this hill, and in the meantime he had started to climb up the hill, and there was this awesome moment where we just sort of saw his face. We said, what's your name? And we realized who it was, and we just couldn't believe it. It was such a cool moment.
I bet he was happy to see you.
Oh, absolutely. He actually, yeah, I was there with my mate James, but I was also with my cousin Jess, and she just gave him a big hug. Like, he just kind of fell into her arms, gave him a big hug, and we were tearing up, and we just sat down there on the hill, just in tears, and then I called 000 and get the police rescue to come, and in the meantime, we actually had all these hikers that were around us saw what was happening, and they were coming down to see what was happening, and they all, you know, surrounded him, and they're all offering him water, they're offering him food, and then one of them had a phone that they offered, and he could call his family, and so we got to hear him talking to his family for the first time, which was like, again, like he was just hearing their voice, and like, oh, it was an emotional moment, and yeah, it was really special. It was just special to see it, yeah.
The poor guy, what an ordeal to go through. What sort of condition was he in when you found him? I'm guessing he was pretty sunburned after some hot days up there.
He sure was. I could really see on his arms and his face the sunburn, but and just scratches and cuts on his hands, but at the same time, like, he had long sleeved shirt, you know, pants with like the gaiters, like, and good hiking boots, and he had the bandana around his head too, so I think, you know, that was fairly good, you know, protective kind of clothing to be outdoors, and that probably helped him a lot. But he was definitely scratched up, sunburned, and there's, you know, probably a few things that we couldn't see, but yeah. But the fact that he could still, even like, he hadn't, you know, seriously injured himself, and he could climb up the hill and with probably little, you know, water, really, it's amazing.
Are you surprised he was able to survive so many nights up there?
Well, I'm inspired by it. I think it's a pretty amazing feat here. I think just finding water was a huge help for him. It sounds like he had really tried to find creeks, and he also mentioned that he'd found a hut. I think it's the Opera House hut. It's a very remote hut there, and inside he'd found 2 muesli bars which someone had left behind. So that's all he had eaten in that time. He said to us, "Oh, I haven't eaten in 7 days." But in actual fact, it had been, you know, 12, 13 days. And the first question he said to us actually was, "What day is it?" So that's when you were like, this is not a normal question I'm going to ask. Yeah.
Well, Josh, great work. Really appreciate you coming on the program as well, and enjoy those future hikes as well. Thanks so much.
Yeah. No worries. Thank you.
See you, mate.